Hi, hello my dear children. Stay safe. In this session we are going to continue chapter 2 polynomials, exercise 2.2. Sum number 1. Already we have done the first subdivision and we are going to do the second subdivision in this session. What is that? Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. So first step, you have to find the zeros. Then you have to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. What is the relation? Let us recall the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. Sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta, is equal to minus b by a. That is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. And product of the zeros, that is alpha beta, is equal to c by a. That is the constant term divided by coefficient of x square. Okay, now we'll move the sum. The question is second subdivision. P of s is equal to 4s square minus 4s plus 1. Okay, now if first step to find the zeros, what should you do? We have to factorize the given polynomial, quadratic polynomial. So to factorize the given polynomial, now see here it is something special. This polynomial is, it's not like the other polynomials. It's a special polynomial. So what is the specialty in this quadratic polynomial? If you observe the first term, it is a perfect square. If you observe the last term, constant term, it is also a perfect square. How? It is 4s square is 2s the whole square. Isn't it? 2s into 2s. What do you get? 4s square. So, first term ax square is what? A perfect square. And the last term 1 is also a perfect square. So this you can write it as 2s the whole square minus, here it is 1 square. Now the first term is, can you able to identify it is what? It is of what form? A square, here minus is given, plus b square. A is equal to 2s and b is equal to 1. Okay, now middle term is what? It should be 2ab. Check whether when you multiply 2 into a into b, whether you are getting minus 4s. See here, 2 into a is 2s and b is 1. When you multiply minus 2 2s are 4 into 1, 4s into 1, 4s. So it is satisfying this formula. What? A squared minus 2ab plus b squared. A squared minus 2ab plus b squared is what? A minus b the whole square. So straight away you can write the factors of this. What? P of s is equal to 2s. A is 2s, b is 1, 2s here minus, so 2s minus 1 the whole square, that is 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1. Okay, children? So this is one method. It is very easy. No need to find the speed steps, no need to write and factorize the 2 steps, and then no need to, so it's very easy. Suppose you didn't identify it is a perfect square. Okay, so at that time what should you do? You will go for splitting the middle term. Isn't it, children? So at that time, what will you do? Now, P of s is equal to 4s squared minus 4s plus 1. Now you have to split this middle term into 2 parts, so that when you add the 2 numbers, you have to get minus 4. When you multiply the 2 numbers, you have to get what? The product of the coefficient of x squared, s squared and the constant term. So 4 into 1, 4. Okay, so for that what should let us write here plus 4. So whenever the product of the 4 into 1 is plus 4. Whenever you get this as plus, what should you do? Both parts should have the same sign. So what sign? Here it is minus. So both numbers should have minus. Okay. Now, here whenever the product is positive, you have to add the numbers to find the sum. Because same sign, you have to add. Whenever the product is negative, you have to subtract the numbers because they will have different signs subtracted by the greater sign. Okay, so let us go to the factors of 4. 4 is what? 4 ones are 4. So, if you take 4 and 1 are the two parts of this minus 4s, let us find. Let us check whether it is satisfying. So, you have to add 4 plus 1. Okay, if 4 and 1 are the parts, you add this. You are getting 5. So, it's not necessary because when you add the two parts, you have to get minus 4. So, next, what is the next? It comes in 2 table. Next factor is 2. 2 into 2 is 4. So, now you add 2, these are the two parts. If you take these are the two parts, add both, you are getting 4. So, this is the, this parts only we are going to take. Okay, so when you add, you have to get minus 4. Okay, so minus 2 and minus 2 are the two parts. Minus 2 and minus 2. Okay, so what will you do? P of S is equal to 4s squared minus 2s minus 2s plus 1. Now you have to factorize the first two terms and then you have to factorize the last two terms. This sign you have to write in the middle. Okay, so here if you take 4 and 2, common factor or HCF of 4 and 2 is what? 2. Because 4 comes in 2 table, isn't it? So 2. S squared and S. S squared means S into S. So here S. Both have the term variable S. So take write S. So this is the HCF of the two numbers. So now what is the factor here inside this? So what should you do? You divide 4s squared by 2s. What? 2s will be left. So 2 goes 2 times and s minus. When you divide 2s by 2s, you will get 1. Now you write minus. When you take 2s and 1, nothing is common. So what should you write? You have to write 1. 1 into, if you divide by 1, you will get the same thing. Since you have taken minus outside, okay, you will write the same sign here, whatever it is. When you are taking minus, then what should you do? You have to change the sign because plus divided by minus is minus 1. Now see here, 2s into 2s minus 1, minus 1 into 2s minus 1. So the first two terms you have factorized as 2s into 2s minus 1 and the second two terms you have factorized as 1 into 2s minus 1. Now we are going to take the common. What is common here? 2s minus 1, 2s minus 1. So you take the 2s minus 1 as common factor. So what will be left here? It has come out. So only 2s. And it also has come out. So 1. That means when you divide this 2s into, taking out means what, children? You are dividing the terms by the common term. So when you are dividing, you are getting only 2s. Here also when you are dividing 1 into 2s minus 1 by 2s minus 1, as a whole you are getting 1. Okay children, so try to understand the two steps. First step is finding the numbers and finding the two parts, and then second step is factorizing. This is the second step and this is the third step, and then this is the fourth step. Now you have factorized. Okay, so suppose, as I told in the previous session, if you are getting confused in these two steps, let us follow another short method. What is the short method for that? So you have calculated the two parts as what? -2 and -2. Okay children, -2 and if anyway you have to find the two parts because we are splitting that. So now what is the first term here? 4s squared. So you just write 4s and what is this? -2, right? With the same symbol, -2 into again 4s, write this number, -2. Okay. Now here 4 and 2 are divisible by 2. So you divide by 2, divide by 2. Here also same thing, divide by 2, divide by 2. So what do you get? 2 goes 2 times. Here also 2 goes 1 time. So 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1. Have you understood children? So if the coefficient is 1, you can straight away write, suppose here 1, you can write x minus 2 and x minus 2. Okay, here you have 4. That's why we are doing this. It's a short method. So among the 3 methods, any one you follow. Okay, because you have to find the zeros correctly. If you find it correctly only, the verification will be correct. If you make a mistake in this, then the verification will go wrong. Then you have to spend a long time in this. So have you understood how to find this? Now the zeros. So for zeros, what? Any factor. So what we have calculated now? 4s squared minus 4s plus 1 is equal to 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1. Okay, so we have to find the zeros from the two factors. How to find the zeros? See, you have to find the value of s which makes the whole polynomial as 0. So for that, okay, what 2s, first it may be equal to 0 or it may be equal to 0. But here both are same. So it should be equal to 0, what? To make P of s as 0. Isn't it? So s is equal to what? When you bring -1 to this side, it will be +1. And 2s is equal to 1. 2s minus 1 equal to 0. So 2s is equal to 1 and s is equal to, here multiplication when it comes here it is half. Isn't it children? So s is equal to half. So the zeros are okay, so the zeros are again here also the same thing, what? Half and half. Okay, that is alpha is equal to half and beta. You have to write the zeros because in the question it is asked is equal to half. Okay children, so you have calculated the answer for the first question. Now we will go for verification. Now we will go for verification. Okay. So what is the relationship between the zeros and coefficients? First we have to find the sum of the zeros. Zeros are what? Alpha is equal to half and beta is equal to half. Okay. So sum of zeros, that is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to what? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. That what do you get? Same thing, same denominator. That is equal to what? 1. half plus half 1. Okay, and what are the coefficients of A, B, C? Coefficients A is equal to 4, B is equal to minus 4 and C is equal to 1. Okay, so half plus half is 1. And what is minus B by A? That is minus coefficient of x by x square minus b by a. That is equal to what do you get? Minus b by a is minus of minus 4 and a is 4. So that is equal to 4 by 4, that is equal to 1. You name this as 1, name this as 2. So from 1 and 2, what? Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Therefore, first relation is verified. Okay. Now what is the second relation? Second relation is what? Product of the zeros. Alpha into beta, that is equal to alpha is what? 1 by 2 into, again beta is so when you multiply, what do you get? 1 by 4. Okay, now it should be equal to what? For a constant term, by x square, that is c by a. What is c? 1. 1 by 4. Name this as 3. Name this as 4. Therefore, alpha beta is equal to c by a from 3 and 4. So hence we have verified that relation. Answer, hence verified. Have you understood, children? So here verification is easy if you know the relationship, but that factorization part is very important. You should not make any mistake in that. If you have any doubt, any queries in the factorization, write in the comment box. I'll explain clearly in the next session. Okay, children? Thank you. God bless you. Take care of your